So when we analyze any ideology, you can do it in two ways. You can conceptually analyze an ideology by looking backwards at its foundations, what is it built upon, or looking forwards at its consequences, what does it result in, right? Either the usul, the foundations, the asas, or the thamarat, what does it result in, right? What are the fruits of this ideology? So if you look at atheism, the foundations of atheism you're going to see is a philosophy of skepticism, and the thamarat, the fruits, the things that it results in is a philosophy of nihilism, something that atheists vehemently deny. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but let's focus, we're going to mainly focus on the philosophy of skepticism and how that's relevant to atheism. So atheism, the rejection of the existence of God, is really just a particular type of skepticism. Skepticism is a denial, right? It's basically entertaining doubt concerning something. So the term atheist is nothing other than somebody who entertains skepticism about the existence of God, who believes that the existence of God is not proven. You can have people who are skeptical about all sorts of different things, right? So you can have people who are skeptical about the existence of good and bad. They're called morality skeptics or moral abolitionists. You can have people who are skeptical about the existence of reality. They're called reality skeptics or solipsists. You can have people who are skeptical about logic and say, well, logical reasoning is nothing more than the operations of physiochemical processes in my brain. Why should I expect that these map onto any ultimate truths about the universe? And so I should be skeptical that my logical reasoning actually leads to a conclusion, actually leads to truth. You can have people who are skeptical about history or politics and believe in conspiracy theories about everything. And no amount of evidence that you give them would ever change their mind, because they've already decided on a conclusion, and they will entertain radical skepticism about everything that disagrees with that conclusion. So in popular culture, there's many examples of this notion that of reality being fake. So the reality skeptic is somebody who says that the world around me is an illusion. The world around me is fake. It's not what I see it to be. And that's called solipsism in philosophy. Raise your hand if you've heard of solipsism before. Okay, so quite a few people have heard of solipsism. So solipsism means that everything around me is just nothing more than like a dream or an illusion or a hallucination. Nothing exists other than my mind. So we have several variations of this. One variation is the idea that our brain is plugged into the matrix. Okay, it's plugged into a machine that is feeding it certain images and sensations. And so right now, it's like I think I'm sitting in front of you in this masjid delivering this lecture, but really I'm nothing more than a brain in a jar that's plugged into a bunch of wires, and I'm getting all these different stimuli that makes me feel like I'm here, but it's not actually happening.